In the bustling town of Rahimabad, nestled between rolling hills and meandering rivers, lived a humble but ambitious revenue clerk named Rafiq, alias Baboo. He spent his days in a dark, damp, and small office, crunching numbers and managing paperwork for the lower division of the revenue department. Baboo is a diligent yet daydreaming individual, ensnared in the allure of opulence beyond his modest means. Amid mundane tasks, his mind wanders, painting vivid scenes of lavish lifestyles, private jets whisking him to exotic destinations, designer wardrobes adorning his every move, and sprawling mansions as his sanctuary. Despite his humble reality, he indulges in fantasies of gourmet feasts and exclusive parties, basking in the admiration of elite circles. One fateful afternoon, while Baboo was inspecting some documents, he overheard a conversation between two shady characters, in the adjacent room, discussing plans to seize land from unsuspecting villagers. Intrigued and alarmed, Baboo listened intently, realizing the magnitude of the scheme unfolding before him. At first, he thought to seek help from the authorities to stop this illegal activity, but then an idea flashed across his mind. He planned to manipulate the situation in his favor. By chance, he crossed paths with a high-ranking retired officer, Colonel Malik, who came to visit the revenue office. Baboo poured out his concerns to the colonel, who was impressed by his integrity and determination to uphold justice. Colonel Malik, with his influence and power, offered Baboo to play a role in devising a plan to thwart the land grabbers. But in doing so, Baboo revealed his ambition to start a housing society for the rich. The colonel saw potential in Baboo's vision and decided to support him. In connivance, Baboo and Colonel Malik orchestrated a scheme. The colonel contacted higher officers and using Rafiq as a front man, they replaced the land grabber and started acquiring land at meager amounts from poor village folk. Although Rafiq had little education, he had a sharp mind. He foresaw the unlimited possibilities in private housing societies. He resigned from his menial government job and set up a posh office with the help of his newly found friends. Baboo became Malik Rafiq Khan of Surya town. His friends provided security backup and he bought a few acres of agricultural land and with the connivance of land and security officials grabbed thousands of acres from the poor farmers. Hectares of farming land were transformed into a housing society. Backing of armed forces provided trust and small residential plots were sold for millions in a short time. The village folk, mainly farmers, looked at their lands in awe. A few who tried to come in the way were picked up by security agencies and sent to unknown destinations. Baboo Rafiq, LDC, was a nondescript figure, lost in the shuffle of office bureaucracy, with dreams smothered by monotony. Yet, beneath his unassuming facade simmered ambition and he often dreamt about absolute power. Through clandestine dealings and backroom alliances, he navigated the murky waters of corruption, each transaction a stepping stone to power. With calculated precision, he amassed wealth, weaving a web of deceit and deceit. His ascent was swift, shrouded in shadows, as he climbed the ladder of success built on the backs of the unsuspecting. He learned the art of fixing wheels to office files and his applications whizzed like a Ferrari tearing apart any obstruction. From clerk to kingpin, he emerged, as a titan of the real estate industry, his fortune stained with the ink of illicit gains. Heads of government institutions worked for him and joined his business after retirement and he used their clout to speed up his performance. His high-ranking silent partners amassed huge capital through his business and siphoned it to Western countries where they bought nationalities and palatial houses for their families. Their children drove Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and Bentleys on Western roads without doing any work. Inspired by Malik's success, industrialists across the country followed his example. They abandoned their businesses to invest in lucrative housing societies. Even different government organizations, including the armed forces, officially plunged into the real estate business and almost every major city was engulfed in housing societies like suffocating smog. As housing societies flourished, the industry suffered and foreign exchange reserves dwindled. With businesses shutting down, unemployment soared, and essential goods became scarce. Inflation spiraled out of control, plunging the once promising nation into economic turmoil.
The country, with the potential to prosper, now finds itself sinking in international debt and darkness, all because of the greed of a few. A Baboo who was made a baron, emerged as a large Chinese dragon, and inadvertently led his nation down a path of destruction. A country now on the brink of bankruptcy is a somber reminder of the consequences of supporting the massive corruption of rogue bureaucracy.